Welcome back to Marshall County's CFSB Hoopfest. Glad you're with us. My name is Jeremy Rose. Welcome into our coverage of this one between Prolific Prep and Huntington Prep. Alongside me, longtime partner of mine here on the broadcasts, former Vanderbilt Commodore, former Marshall County Marshal right here, and NBA standout as well, Dan Lange joins us. And this should be a fun matchup between these two ball clubs.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've got a chance to watch both these teams play this year and seen them in past Hoopfest games, and you're going to see some high-flying acrobats. Both teams like to get up and down the court. This ought to be one of the premier games in this.
We're excited to be here with you for this, and let's talk about these two ball clubs a little bit. The Crew are led by backcourt returnee Sekou Torre, who is headed to UCSB rather, Santa Barbara. Transfer Jonathan Williams is head to Buffalo, and sophomore Namari Burnett is the number 79 guy in the country, future 150, all which will provide an immediate spark for this offense. Senior Jared Martin, who is headed to Montana State, will be counted on from deep, where he was a knockdown marksman. Huntington Prep, the front court, led by seniors Dontarius James, who is headed to Xavier, and Kenny Nwuba, who is headed to UCLA, along with sophomore Jamin Brakefield, who's number 2 in the 24/7 composite. Brakefield is a versatile player with offers from Baylor and Ole Miss, and also has some interest from Kentucky. Freshman Jonathan Kuminga is also expected to be a major factor here in this one. And when you look at these two ball clubs, as you talked about, it's an athletic and high-flying event that we're going to watch here in this one, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just the inside. You watch some of the way some of these, not just the guards move, but the big men move. I mean, they play above the rim, and it's a treat to watch these guys go at each other, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's early in the season, and one of the things about that is maybe we're not seeing the same product that if this event happened in February or in March. But with these guys, it's pretty much a year-round event for them to play basketball.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when student-athletes decide to go the prep school route, I mean, they're focusing. I mean, yes, they're getting education, but, hey, they're there to play basketball, and it's a year-round job for them, and it's, and it shows. I mean, you look at these individuals, you see the games where the actual high school teams play, and you look at their bodies, and you look at these guys' bodies. I mean, these guys are grown men, and, they're getting ready to go to the next level.
We've watched these two programs participate in Hoopfest for a number of years now, and Huntington Prep has just continued to push out product year after year after year.
I mean, you look at their guys and the schools that are going after these guys. It's almost like they've kind of built a deal where, hey, we have great players, come watch us play. And then, Prolific Prep, last few years they've turned out some great players as well. So, I've been looking forward to this game all day.
Prolific Prep, I guess their latest big star was Josh Jackson, who we saw a couple of years ago here, and really just enthralled this draft and play crowd.
That game between him, Josh Jackson, and Miles Bridges last year was, my goodness. I mean, it was who can out-dunk who can outscore who, and, I mean, it was just, hey, that's what makes it fun.
Prolific Prep will be in the white uniforms, and it will be Jordan Brown, 6'11 senior, who is still unsigned. He'll be tipping against Kenny Nwuba, 6'11 senior, who's headed to UCLA. The tip is up, and Prolific Prep will get the basketball first. This is Jonathan Williams, 6'6 senior, inside again for Jordan Brown. And this is Jared Martin, headed to Montana State with a 3. Just like that, we're on the board. Jamin Brakefield, a 6'9 sophomore. Now here's Marvin Price, 6'5 junior. Shot won't fall. Quinn Slazinski, 6'8 junior with the bucket. For Huntington Prep, it's 3-2. Prolific Prep on top. Man-to-man defense here in the early going. Probably what we'll see most of the game. Martin Here's Brown. Nice move there.
Nice move. Great patience. He was really effective last game, watching him on that post.
5-2, Prolific Prep with the lead. This is Jonathan McGriff, 5'11" junior. Can't get the shot to go. Seco Torre, one of the two, headed to Santa Barbara with a nice move into the paint. You had
on defense there, huh?
A little bit. During your chance to be recruited by a number of teams, UCSB was one of those that looked at you, huh? Or maybe more you looking at them.
Yeah, it was. I was looking at taking a trip out to California.
Of course, you ended up at Vanderbilt with the Commodores and was co-SEC Player of the Year. Before a successful professional run. Torre is fouled. Brakefield with the foul. Brakefield has drawn some interest from Kentucky as of late. Also has offers from Baylor and Ole Miss. It's a little bit of a difference between Baylor and Ole Miss, and then Kentucky being in that mix there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's different programs, and but if you look at it, they do kind of play some similar styles. Like to get up down the court. They like long, athletic guys. And I mean, that's one thing. If you look on the court right now, you look at every one of these guys' arms; they are long. Length makes up for a lot on the court.
The foul is on Seco Torre. That's his first. It's 7-2, Prolific Prep, and now a quick second foul on Torre. Nope, check that. It's going to go the other way, and it will be on Kenny Naruba. I didn't see that.
I think he said he moved on the pick and roll there, gave him a little hip or something. But
so Prolific Prep.
That's a big call right there. That's 2 fouls back to back.
So instead of it being 2 as we thought it was going to be on Torre in a hurry, instead it's going to be on Naruba, the UCLA signee, and he's going to pick up his second. Michael Christmas, 6'6" junior, will check in.
That is that's a big deal early in this ball game. He's kind of their enforcer in the middle, rim protector.
Lob in, and now we got another whistle and a foul. And I hope that this is not what we're getting into, is a lot of whistles here in this one. Jonathan McGriff will pick up the foul. That's his first. We talk about this every year when they come into an environment like this, when these officials are used to seeing high school teams play. For the most part, their training really is in high school. It's a different game.
Oh, it definitely is. Bigger, quicker, faster. I mean, it's they're used to seeing.
Hand checks are just part of it. And here is the second on Torre.
They're used to seeing a very slower pace.
He called a block. Easy call. Thank you.
Now this should be on Torre, I believe. It was a block. It was the original call. Now the officials get together
again. His feet
again.
were not set,
No.
so.
They will get together and check this one over, but now they've changed the call. I'm not trying to pick on Torre there. He was the one that was on the block. At the free throw line, it is Marvin Price, 6'5" junior. Free throw is good. That makes it 7-3. Prolific Prep.
And back to what you were saying earlier, I mean, they're not used to playing above the rim. You got big bodies. I mean, there's going to be more contact, where they might call a lot closer.
3-point advantage for Prolific Prep. Here's Jordan Brown. Now a 3 by Williams that won't go. Huntington Prep on the attack. This is Brakefield into the lane.
50-50.
Little half-court trap here.
Move. You walk.
Baseline 3 won't go. Loose ball.
Push.
And here comes Huntington Prep.
All the way. They won.
Slazinski, maybe a Euro step involved in that one. And now here's Jordan Brown with the basket for Prolific Prep. 9-6, Prolific Prep on top. Brakefield. Here comes Williams. Amadou Sal. First time he's really touched the basketball in this game. We're halfway through this first quarter.
Nice move.
Turnaround jumper by Jordan Brown. He's still unsigned, Dan, and I know you had a lot of good things to say about him before we even went on the air.
He's impressive. You don't really see a whole lot of guys on that box like that anymore. It's either, hey, let's drive and take it or shoot a three. Even here through the games, he's been very impressive on them.
Christmas with a steal and now a foul. And this will be on Torrey, and that will be his second this time. 3:28 to play here in quarter number 1, 11-9. Prolific Prep on top. Michael Christmas, the 6'6 junior, will head to the line.
Get in, John.
Tell you, we've been to this event in years past where that they've had to cancel part of it due to snow. It's 66 degrees outside.
It just makes me worry about what kind of winter we have when it does come.
Exactly. This is an area of the country where you don't know what you're going to get when it gets wintertime, but when it comes, you're going to be inundated for at least 3 to 4 weeks of it.
Got away with the walk, man.
But it's beautiful outside now. Here is Torrey. Oh, a nice look for Brown Izzy, 6'9 senior. And now a three. Brakefield now with 5, and the first lead that belongs to Huntington Prep. Going to the bucket was Sal, and it's stripped away. Brakefield. 5 in a row from Brakefield, and Huntington Prep has come from behind to take the lead. 16-13 with 2:40 to play here in quarter number 1. What are you seeing so far?
It's right now there. Huntington Prep is scoring in transition, getting easy baskets, and they haven't. Other than that,
always can count on you. 16-13 is the score. Huntington Prep out of West Virginia with the lead here, and.
I'm just getting a kick out listening to the coaches over here.
We got to get
I'm hoping there's a.
We got to get you an earplug over there so you can't hear them. So they'll set up to try to trap here. And it's Martin. Here's Williams, back to Martin, back to Williams. A dump down low. There's Icy. Icy with 4 off the bench, and it's 16-15. We've seen Brown Icy for the last 3 seasons come here with Prolific Prep, and he just gets better each year.
Oh, definitely. And that's what's enjoyable, watching how these kids improve every year, and it shows how hard they're working and how hard work pays off.
This is Sal. We've seen him for a long time here as well.
In years past, Sal has been more of a power forward. Now he's out on the wing. He's showing how he's changed his game and developed.
I think that's one part about the way that the grind session has kind of changed the way that this Hoopfest takes place now, is that you are seeing a lot of the same teams year in, year out come in here, and so you kind of get used to seeing some of these players and watching them develop.
Yeah, it kind of brings you, that local, hey, you get to know some of these
foul!
Oh.
Take the basket instead. We don't want the foul.
But, you know, it's kind of like, you know, people in this area get to learn about these kids and watch them grow. And, you know, that's what makes high school sports fun. You know, even though they're prep schools, you get to know these kids and then seeing the new ones that come up. And it's just.
Michael Christmas at the line after taking quite a spill there. Popped right back up. Foul was on Jordan Brown. That was his first. Both teams with 4 team fouls. Second one is also good.
Huntington Prep had 3 of those in about a 20-second span.
That's right. 18-15. Huntington Prep. And now a loose ball. Slazinski and a timeout. He was able to get it called. This will just be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here again. But it's been physical early, and it seems like that, you know, we talked about that early in the game, that the officials kind of have to get themselves into this a little bit more as well. You know that there's going to be a lot of contact, and it seems like they've kind of adjusted to that a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, you know, and it's an adjustment for them, and you know, and also at the same time, players have to learn and adjust a little bit too. I mean, you can pretty much tell about 3 to 4 minutes in a game how refs going to call a ball game. I'm just happy to see they've let them start playing a little bit more, and let the kids' talent show, let their athleticism show, and that's what makes watching this games and teams like this play. That's the reason why people want to watch them.
Well, there's too much money involved not to be honest, as far as they have to travel. You want to see the best of the best get the chance.
Correct. Now we went to a prolific Preps, went into a zone.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
And a turnover. And a foul.
Just force the middle. He can't dribble with his right hand.
This is on Price. That will be his first.
And that's not a bad foul. I mean, prolific Prep had numbers, and, you know, stopped the opportunity to get a fast break.
A good crowd on hand, as this is game 1 of the night session. Saturday night, always the big night.
A little bit too much contact there.
Williams. Here's Sal.
Yes, sir. Don't know it. He hooked him, sir. You got to watch the game. He hooked him.
The foul this time is on Jonathan Kuminga, 6'8" freshman. 6'8" freshman. .5 seconds remain here in the quarter. Ball comes into backcourt. This is Jared Martin. He's headed to Montana State. Amadou Sal headed to UC Santa Barbara. Jonathan Williams, and now the ball knocked away. Quinn Slazinski. Price. The follow, no. Here's Sal. 18-15. Prolific Prep with the drive. It is Sal who puts it in. 18-17 now. Huntington Prep by 1. Clock down to 4 seconds, and it is loose with 2.8. Torrey will check back in with 2.8 to play. Williams out. Huntington Prep will have the basketball. Price. They won't fall. It's been an entertaining quarter. It's 18-17, Huntington Prep with a 1-point lead. We will continue from the Marshall County Hoopfest, presented by CFSB, Tanager Sports, and it's all on the grind session.
teams start realizing, hey, all you're doing is attacking the rim, and you got to make some outside shots.
Prolific Prep will have possession. They'll bring it the length of the floor.
In him. No left, no right, no right, no right.
Our next game will be Lexington Catholic from Kentucky taking on the hometown Marshall County Marshals. Should be a fun one in that one. Martin. Now for Williams. Can't get it to go. Loose ball underneath. Here is Brown and a foul. Quinn Slazinski, 6'8" junior with the foul. And this will put Jordan Brown back at the line. He has 9 points. 3 of 3 from the line. First one is too strong. We'll see JT Thor, 6'7" freshman, check in. As Lazinski is out. Jonathan McGriff also back in now for Huntington Prep. Brown gets 1 of 2. 29-22 with 5:15 to play in the first half. That was almost a walk out there. Shot won't go from Marvin Price. Here comes Prolific Prep. And a carry of the basketball on Sal. They caught the carry, but they missed the walk.
It happens.
5 minutes to play in the first half.
Same play that just ran.
And still no finish. And it is Jordan Brown to Amadou Sal who puts it in. He has 4. Corner 3 is good from Michael Christmas. 13 off the bench. 32-24. Huntington Prep. And a forced shot here by Williams that won't go. Huntington Prep. Here's McNeely. It won't fall. Sal with the rebound. Here's Williams. The foul will be on Marvin Price. That'll be his second. I think Price was in the wrong spot there as he had Sal on the other side of him there, and right in between was Williams, and he was banging off of both of those players kind of as if he was in the middle of a sandwich there, but one of them was his own guy.
Yeah. Well, you can see that he's very nice player, but likes to go left. And that showed on that play. He had the right side open, still wanted to spin back left.
Williams, first one is good. Lucas Saleh, 6'5" junior, in now for Prolific Prep. 32-26, 3:55 to play in the first half. Here is McGriff. The 3 is short, and it will go on to Prolific Prep. You can't overstate that enough about learning to go both ways with the basketball.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm sitting here. You hear every time he has the ball, the coach is over here. For it. So you heard it right there. No right. Force him right.
Brown. Shot is short. Christmas again. Won't fall. Easy to Williams. Williams tries to force it into the paint. It is to Brown, and he is fouled. The foul is on Emmanuel Okpomu, 6'9" sophomore for Huntington Prep. Brown making a living at the free throw line right now. Underneath, Okpomu able to get the rebound.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Nice move by McGriff, and he's fouled. Saleh picks up the foul. That is his first, and this will put Jonathan McGriff, 5'11", junior, at the line. The Southpaw's first one is up and good.
JT!
I think McGriff has played very well here in this first half. Free throw short, but he's able to track it down.
Hold up!
Here goes Brakefield to the rim, and he is fouled. Brown Izey.
That's coach's nuts. Offensive rebounds off of free throws.
Well, especially when it ends up at midcourt, too.
And
Get in, hold up!
Results in a foul. And
Go, eat him up! All right, all left!
35-27. Huntington Prep with the lead. Martin can't get it to go. Williams tried. He can't get it to go, and now we've got a whistle. And foul on Brown Izey. And that will be his second. Boy, that really looked like a jump ball to me. But a reach-in called, and this will put Jamin Brakefield at the line. Free throw won't go, but again, Huntington Prep with the rebound, and Christmas puts it in.
Yes, sir! Let's go, son!
Christmas with 15 and a timeout for a prolific Prep with 2:45 to play here in the first half. And Christmas got popped there in the face. May have been in the eye there. We check on him. He does have a nosebleed, so we'll take some time to try to get that cleaned up. We'll step aside as the...
hurry up, he's going to have a puddle there.
Exactly. We'll take a break. Huntington Prep with the lead over prolific Prep, 37-27, 2:45 to play here in the first half. This is the CFSB Marshall County Hoopfest. heard it was just right on the tip of his nose. But he probably wasn't helping himself by bending over.
Nose below the heartbeat there.
But nevertheless, they were trying to get this cleaned up as fast as they can and get us back underway. Tomorrow, Memphis East will be here playing as part of the Tanager Sports the Grind Session event. That will be some fun to watch. Memphis East now led by Penny Hardaway, former teammate of yours in Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was kind of a good thing. I got to talk to him for a little while today. He came and watched Aspire play, and we kind of caught up on what both of us been doing over the years. And it's me being back here in small town USA, you really don't see some of the former guys you play with, and it's good. And that's another thing. I've seen a lot of former guys that I've either played against, played with, and I've gotten to see them through these events.
And I'm sure that they're not thinking when they see that they're going to Benton, Kentucky, they're not thinking, I'm going to run into Dan Lange there.
No, they don't. I mean, but it's kind of funny because they used to kind of pick at me saying I was kind of country, and I guess when they get here, they can see why. I was like, where are y'all staying at? He goes, I don't know. About 25 minutes from here. Well, that's pretty easy. Paducah. So, I don't know, but Prolific Prep has to start doing the little things, 2 offensive rebounds after free throws. Huntington Prep is converted off of, they got to buckle down.
37-29. The foul was on Cash McNeely. Jared Martin with the bucket. And now Huntington Prep back inside with the basket. Okpomu with his first bucket. Back to a 10-point lead. 2:05 to play. First half. Martin back over to Williams. Here's Brown. Pivots. He was going up for that shot regardless on that one, wasn't he? Brakefield. Nice work. Couldn't get it to fall and kept alive underneath. Here comes Prolific Prep. Williams to Martin. Back to Williams. This one's short. 1:30 to play in this first half. And this is McNeely, lost on the way up, but tagged last by Prolific Prep. This game not involving a shot clock. Some of them have. This one is not one that will.
And it seems like that's how they're playing right now. The last couple shots, quick shots. I felt like Prolific Prep the last 2 times down the court, they've actually forced shots.
Brown. Williams. Sal, and there was travel there, but man, he got an elbow in toward Okpomu there and popped him right in the face. He was able to maintain his defensive stance there and help force the turnover. We don't talk about the shot clock in the high school game a whole lot, and here in Kentucky there is no shot clock.
Correct.
But our high school teams that we have here, when they've gone on to other states to play, it can be really something that can confuse you in a hurry.
Definitely. I mean, when you're looking to how you might pass the ball 4 or 5 times reverse and get a good shot. Oh, yeah, I'm about to say.
A goaltend here that will give the basket to Jordan Brown.
And sometimes, it might be good to see that, especially a little bit more in like a girls' game situation. We get it more up and down, make it more enjoyable to see. I love girls basketball. I got a daughter, playing at Central Arkansas. Sometimes, it's not as exciting as watching something like this, and if you can speed the game up, it makes it more enjoyable.
Well, the things that they have done in the NCAA women's game with the 5 fouls before you get to the bonus per quarter, that's made a big difference. won't go. We've reached halftime, and it is Huntington Prep with a 41-31 lead over Prolific Prep here at the break. Give it teams time to get some adjustments before we should have a fantastic second half, and we're looking forward to that coming up here in just a little while. Again, the next game will be Marshall County, the homestanding Marshals, as they will take on one of the perennial powers from Central Kentucky in Lexington Catholic. Should be some fun. We'll have that one for you following this broadcast here. It was Prolific Prep falling behind 18-17 at the end of one. They were able to, check that, Huntington Prep was able to outscore Prolific Prep 23-14 in the second quarter. They lead it here at halftime by 10 at 41-31. We'll step aside and continue with third quarter coverage from the CFSB Hoopfest presented by Tanager Sports in the Grind Session in just a few moments.
Coming in at number 9.
Welcome back to Marshall County's CFSB Hoopfest. Glad you're with us. My name is Jeremy Rose. Welcome into our coverage of this one between Prolific Prep and Huntington Prep. Alongside me, longtime partner of mine here on the broadcasts, former Vanderbilt Commodore, former Marshall County Marshal right here, and NBA standout as well. Dan Lange joins us, and this should be a fun matchup between these two ball clubs.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've got a chance to watch both these teams play this year and seen them in past Hoopfest games, and you're going to see some high-flying acrobats. Both teams like to get up and down the court. This ought to be one of the premier games in this.
We're excited to be here with you for this, and let's talk about these two ball clubs a little bit. The Crew are led by backcourt returnee Secal Torre, who is headed to UCSB rather, Santa Barbara. Transfer Jonathan Williams is head to Buffalo, and sophomore Nimari Burnett is the number 79 guy in the country, future 150. All which will provide an immediate spark for this offense. Senior Jared Martin, who is headed to Montana State, will be counted on from deep, where he is a knockdown marksman. Huntington Prep, the front court, led by seniors Dontarius James, who is headed to Xavier, and Kenny Nwuba, who is headed to UCLA, along with sophomore Jamin Brakefield, who's number 2 in the 24/7 composite. Brakefield is a versatile player with offers from Baylor and Ole Miss, and also has some interest from Kentucky. Freshman Jonathan Kuminga is also expected to be a major factor here in this one. And when you look at these two ball clubs, as you talked about, it's an athletic and high-flying event that we're going to watch here in this one, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just the inside. You watch some of the way some of these, not just the guards move, but the big men move. I mean, they play above the rim, and it's a treat to watch these guys go at each other, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's early in the season, and one of the things about that is maybe we're not seeing the same product that if this event happened in February or in March. But with these guys, it's pretty much a year-round event for them to play basketball.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when student athletes decide to go the prep school route, I mean, they're focusing. I mean, yes, they're getting an education, but hey, they're there to play basketball, and it's a year-round job for them, and it's, and it shows. I mean, you look at these individuals, you see the games where the actual high school teams play, and you look at their bodies, and you look at these guys' bodies. I mean, these guys are grown men, and they're getting ready to go to the next level.
We've watched these two programs participate in Hoopfest for a number of years now, and Huntington Prep has just continued to push out product year after year after year.
I mean, you look at their guys and the schools that are going after these guys. It's almost like they've kind of built a deal where, hey, we have great players, come watch us play. And then, Prolific Prep, last few years they've turned out some great players as well. So, I've been looking forward to this game all day.
Prolific Prep, I guess their latest big star was Josh Jackson, who we saw a couple of years ago here, and really just enthralled this draft and draft crowd.
That game between him, Josh Jackson, and Miles Bridges last year was, my goodness. I mean, it was who can out-dunk who can outscore who, and, it was just, hey, that's what makes it fun.
Prolific Prep will be in the white uniforms, and it will be Jordan Brown, 6'11 senior, who is...
And keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right. MJ, on behalf of Sports Mix Live with Taninger Sports and the Grind Session.
(41-31), Huntington Prep with a 10-point lead as we get set for second half action. Dan, one thing that you alluded to was just how deep that Huntington Prep can go and how that could be big difference down the stretch here in this one.
Yeah, when when Kenny went down, got in foul trouble in the first half, I was like, that's going to be a game changer. But, they went 3 or 4 deep off the bench, and, Prolific Prep, they've been playing the same 7 guys. So, I mean, you'll watch as the game goes on. It's going to take, it's really wasn't even 7. They really just played 6 main guys. But, they got to do the little things. I mean, right now, Huntington Prep is winning the rebounding battle, the turnover battle, and they're winning at the free throw line. So, I mean, and that reflects on the scoreboard. And like I said earlier, the 2 offensive rebounds Prolific Prep gave up, they're just going to get down to basics, box out, and don't give second chance opportunities to take care of the basketball.
Prolific Prep will have the basketball, and again, Kenny Nwuba had 2 fouls in that first half, did not score. I don't even know if he statted in the first half other than those 2 fouls, but he is back in the lineup, and Huntington Prep already has a 10-point lead, and you add the UCLA commit in there, and it could get out of hand.
Yes, sir!
And a turnover here on Prolific Prep.
It's not the way you want to start the second half.
Prep. Here is Brakefield and a nice drive and finish. And the lead is now 12-15 now for Brakefield.
He's made some impressive moves tonight.
Right.
Great body control, great footwork.
You put some notes down on him. You really enjoyed watching his play.
Yeah.
2-3.
7:17 to play. We're in the third. 12-point lead for Huntington Prep. Torrey. And it falls through for Jordan Brown. Nice move there, and he got it to go. He's got 14. 10-point game with 7 minutes to play in the third. A baseline shot from Price won't go. Here goes Torrey to the bucket. No, but the follow by Brown. A 3 that won't go, and here comes Torrey again. 8-point game now. Here's Martin. Martin into the lane. Tried to dump it off for Brown. Was knocked away, and now a whistle. Brakefield picks up his first in the second half.
Pinch mark.
Williams. There's Torrey now. Martin, high arching 3, way off on that one though. Back up and went off by Torrey, and now a foul, a reach in. This will be on Jordan Brown. Jordan Brown picks up his second. Billy McKnight didn't like that call.
What are you doing, Quinn?
Inbound.
I think I'd be more upset about the offensive rebounding opportunities these guys are not finishing. They had 3-point blank shots at the goal. We got to finish those.
Poor inbound there, and Prolific Prep gets it back. Here goes Torrey. Out the south for 3. Got it.
What are you doing, Quinn?
7 for Amadou Sow. And now a timeout for Huntington Prep with 5:52 to play here in the third. And, I was ready to wave the white flag for Prolific Prep with Naruba coming back and already a 10-point lead, but they have made a run.
Turnover on the first possession, start of the second half. But, you can see a little momentum swing now. The intensity, Prolific Prep has picked it up, attacking the offensive glass. And then Huntington Prep's going to come out maybe not as sharp. A couple, that turnover right there, just a not a very characteristic turnover. That was an unforced turnover, forced it over the top, went off his teammates' hands. So let's see. I mean, this is a big possession right here.
3 more ball games coming up for you tonight. Following this one, Lexington Catholic will take on Marshall County in the next game. Olive Branch, Mississippi will take on Adair County from Kentucky at 6:45. And then Tennessee Prep and Oak Hill Academy to wind out the night. Crowd's really starting to file in now. And a drive that is good by Marvin Price. That's his first field goal. He's got 3. 45-38 and a big basket out of the timeout.
Yeah, that's important.
Shot blocked away there by Nwuba. Here's Martin. Slazinski is on him. They switch now to the right side. Here's Torre. Back to Martin. A 3 that is good from Jared Martin. 8.
And that's what he does.
Yep, that is his game. 6'5" senior. Now with 8. And, man, that was quick hands there. Almost didn't even see it. It was right in front of us. Williams.
I guess they're fixing to have a staring contest there, huh? What's that game you played as a kid? Who's going to blink first?
Yeah.
Golly.
Williams in the official. They finally decided to play on. Here's Nwuba. Oh, what a move to get inside. 47-41. Huntington Prep with the advantage. 4:30 to play here in the third. A dump down low for Sal. It won't go, but a foul on Nwuba, and that's 3. So the 6'11" senior headed to UCLA has 3 fouls and 2 points so far in this game. Just not been able to get on track at all.
No, I mean, but what has he played? A total of what? Probably
3-4 minutes, maybe.
5 minutes.
First free throw, no good from Sal. I mean, you had a chance to play in some of these profile type games like this. It's got to be hard to perform at your highest level sometimes because you know everybody's here to watch you play.
I mean, definitely.
Martin picks up the foul. That's his second.
That was a nice.
Here goes Brakefield to the basket. He lays it in. And a technical foul to Billy McKnight. You know, we've
better be careful. He does have a short fuse.
And we have been around to watch.
I mean, and here's the deal, too. I understand what he's frustrated about. I mean, a clear travel out front, another ref underneath, it's missed by this. Underneath, calls a foul.
Brakefield with the free throws. And he misses both of them. But I will have to say, we have watched Billy McKnight over the years, and he has never been one to back down from talking on the sideline. Because typically we've been on the same end that they are.
Now we're getting the.
There's 2 sides to that story. Corner 3 is good from Brakefield.
Missed 2 straight free throws, come back and make up for it by bearing the 3.
20 for Brakefield, 52-41. Sal straight away. Jumper won't go. And here comes Jamin Brakefield. Won't go. Nwuba underneath, and we've got a tie-up. Possession will stay here. Michael Christmas will check back in, seeing his first action since losing about half of the blood in his body on a nosebleed at midcourt. They've got him stopped up. I don't know if he's going to be able to breathe out there, but he's in. Good to see he's okay, though, in all honesty. We knew it was just a flesh wound there, but it did take quite a while to get it cleaned up. 52-41. Huntington Prep on top. Here's Jonathan Kuminga, who trips, and the ball was loose, and Prolific Prep comes away with it. Williams.
That's 4. Be there so he calls it on. He did.
Brown with it and is fouled. And Nwuba has picked up his 4th. And this will put Jordan Brown at the line. Free throw falls.
Well, and going back to your point earlier about, playing at different things like this, the AAU circuit and different things like that, the different places you go, ref differently. And players have to adjust. I think now they're starting to let them play a little bit more right now.
First free throw good by Brown. Second one is not. McNeely is back into the lineup. He has the ball now. He replaces Nwuba.
Relax.
This is Marvin Price. Jared Martin with him. Gets him down to the baseline. McNeely on a drive and a nice move, and he puts it in. A miss by Brown and a foul. Brakefield with his 3rd. Tell you what, Huntington Prep may have the lead, but they're getting into a little bit of a danger zone with their fouls of 2 of their stars. Brakefield with 3, Nwuba with 4.
Well, definitely, and Brakefield has the majority of their points. Somebody has about 20 of their, about half their points almost. And so they got to be careful. And that was a foul.
Yeah.
But that's one of them ones you kind of see sometimes in the NBA. If that dunk went down, he might not have blown that whistle, but he missed the dunk, so.
Brown gets them both. Here goes McNeely again. Look at that bounce pass. Thread up ahead, and the finish by Torrey. Rare do you see a 2 bounce pass that doesn't touch anybody, but that one did, and it was a nice thread of the needle. 8-point lead for Huntington Prep. And an easy deuce for Brakefield there. 2:05 to play. We're in the 3rd. Torrey lays it in.
Nice cut.
Relax, get the ball back.
Marvin Price, the reverse won't go. The follow won't go from Kuminga. Here goes Sal, gets past Brakefield and puts it in. 9 for Sal, 56-50. Kuminga, a 3, it's good.
That's one of them no, and it goes in. Great job. I remember my coach telling me that several times too. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't.
Yes, sir, Jay.
But I don't think I've ever seen a shot I didn't like.
Yeah, you even showed that off in the alumni game the other night.
Can't shoot.
Sal. Here is Izzy. The shot won't go. A battle for it underneath, and it will stay with Prolific Prep.
2-3. Jamin in the middle. Jay. They're rolling back into you.
And a timeout on the court. Comes with 54.4 seconds to play here in the 3rd. It's 59-50. This will be a 30-second timeout here for Prolific Prep. And, I know sometimes technical fouls, sometimes these coaches will do that to try to light a spark. I think that it did to an extent, but that was a big 3 out of the corner that whether or not he should have taken it or not could also be discussed. But that really kind of slowed things down a little bit.
And here's the deal. If you watch the game and the way this game's flowing, they cut into that lead, get about a 6-point gap, and all of a sudden Huntington Prep has an answer. Now, whether it's that 3 that went in or it wouldn't have went in, but it just seems like they've always had an answer every time they cut into this lead. And, you know, if Prolific Prep wants to really cut, they got to stay disciplined. You know, he went for a shot fake and, you know, stay down.
So the Crew with the basketball. Torrey, now it is Brown. The shot won't fall. Torrey tracks down the board. Double pump, shot won't go. Loose underneath and in by Sal. Sal with 11. Down low, the finish by Kuminga.
It's the defensive breakdown. 2 guys guard 1 guy.
10 seconds to play in the third. Torrey, spin move into the lane, but he can't get the finish. Kuminga with it. Up ahead for the slam at the buzzer for Michael Christmas. 61-52, Huntington Prep as we head to the fourth. This is the CFSB Marshall County Hoopfest, presented by Tanager Sports and the Grind Session. Welcome back to Reed Condor Gymnasium in Draffenville, Kentucky at Marshall County High School. 63-52 is the score when we went away. They still hadn't counted the basket on that dunk at the horn, but it was counted while we were away. And so that makes the score 63-52 now, with Huntington Prep on top. Prolific Prep with the basketball with some work to do here in the fourth. Williams down to Brown. Turnaround shot that is good.
Nice jump there.
It's a part of the game that you guys that are a little more blessed with height, it's a game that you guys work on a lot, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, and you really don't see that a whole lot like you used to back in the day. And, you know, and it's good to see, you know, how effective he is and his footwork he is on that low post, mid-post.
Here he is again. This is Brown.
Nice.
Ooh, pivot. It won't go, but the flush by Izzy. 63-56. Huntington Prep. Here goes Christmas. Reverse. That is good. How does this guy not start?
I guess we got so many people that are so good.
Man.
You can help Mark. Mike, drop.
A dump down from Brown to Sal. It won't go. Goes back up and a whistle on the foul.
On the floor. On the floor.
This is on Christmas. So that'll be his first. 6:56 to play. 65-56 with Amadou Sal headed to the line. 6'9" senior going to UC Santa Barbara. First one is good.
Go. Cash, you're out. Pitch, Cash.
Second one is also good.
Right back, relax.
And Sal has 16. It's 65-58 with 6:50 to play. Huntington Prep on top. Here's McNeely. Back out for Price. He lays it in. Marvin Price, the 6'5 junior, with the basket. Quick three by Jared Martin that won't fall. Brakefield for three on the other end. 25 now for Brakefield. I see why Kentucky's interested.
Oh, he's got an eye.
Here's a shot that won't go underneath the basket by Brown. Here goes Price. Kicks it into the corner. McNeely may have been fouled after the shot there. The ball is loose. Tracking it down here is Price, and Huntington Prep can reset. And a travel on Kuminga. 6:01 to play. 12-point lead for Huntington Prep, 70-58. Sekou Toure back in. And Amadou Sal out of the lineup. Getting a little breather here before their last run at this. Brown Izey to Martin. Here's Williams back into Brown. Here's Izey underneath, and he puts it in. 8 for Izey, 6'9 senior.
That's a couple times now, you know. They went to help on the post up. Somebody's got to crack back and get in the lap.
5:20 to play. 10-point lead for Huntington Prep. That's been basically the margin we've looked at on average during the game. 10-point difference. Price, as Huntington Prep willing to kill some clock here. McNeely now a drive into the lane. It won't fall. Jordan Brown with the rebound. Ahead now to Williams. Started to fall and he travels.
Yes, sir. Downhill German.
Well, we've got a good crowd in Reed Conner Gymnasium for this one. Some updates to the arena as well this year with 2 large new video boards. Jonathan Williams picking up the foul. That is his third. How about these video boards?
They're pretty impressive, aren't they?
They're huge.
And not just 1, 2.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Brakefield.
But there's not a whole lot of high school gymnasiums that have this.
No. Some of them may have one.
God.
And an offensive foul as Williams took a fall after Marvin Price used one of those shoulders. Offensive foul. That's his third. 6th team foul.
It was funny. The coach over here is yelling about it, but then he's yelling at his players to stay calm about it.
Stop!
I've been enjoying listening to them as much as watching this games at times.
Basket in the foul here by Williams. The foul is on Kuminga. That is his third. So Huntington Prep with a little bit of foul trouble here. 3 on Brakefield, 4 on Naruba. Kuminga with 3 and Price with 3. Williams, 6 points. Able to add to that total. It's an 8-point game at 70-62. 63 rather. 70-63 is the score. In the corner, here is a 3 that won't go. The tap back by Christmas won't go, but a foul. This is on Jared Martin, and that's his third. Does this give you the itch to get even more involved? I know you're an assistant coach already, but does this make you want to get out there and play?
I think what most retired players will tell you, you miss the competition, but your body just doesn't let you do it anymore.
Maybe that off-season workout, maybe as well. Here's Martin.
Drop, John!
Down to the baseline. Brown turnaround shot that won't go. Back up and in by Toure. 8 for Torrey, and here we go. We've got a 6-point game with 3:45 to play. Slazinski. Now a drive. And McGriff misses everything except the backboard. A dump down to Izzy, and he's fouled. Maruba back into the game. And the foul will go on Christmas here. That'll be his second. But Naruba is back into the game now with 3:28 to play. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable here for Huntington Prep here at this point. The free throw is no good. It is a 2-shotter, though, for Brown Izzy. 6'9" senior.
It's coming up.
Can't get either, but a tap underneath by Prolific Prep, and another foul on Huntington Prep. Brakefield has picked up his fourth.
One shot. 21. He wasn't going. That was on the rebound.
Williams at the line, misses the front end. .326 to play. These are big misses. These are big misses.
That's four straight misses from the free throw line. That make it a 2-point game.
Help! Stop! That's a foul too. Relax!
Inbound comes into backcourt for Christmas. Christmas dumps it over for McGriff, and he is fouled. Torrey has picked up his fourth. And this will be Jonathan McGriff, 5'11" junior. 1 point so far. 1 out of 2 from the line. First free throw is good. Marvin Price back in. Michael Christmas out. 3:17 to go. The second free throw won't fall, and Prolific Prep tracks it down.
Get up!
Martin for Brown.
He's using that offhand.
Backing down, Brakefield turns and puts it in. Brown with 23.
Time out.
Huntington Prep having trouble getting it in, and now a timeout for Huntington Prep. Comes with 2:53 to play. It's 72-67. As we look at a little bit of a game reset, Prolific Prep will be in the double bonus situation from here on. Still a couple of fouls to give for Huntington Prep before they get there. And the possession arrow belongs to Prolific Prep. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining as well, but it's more, I guess the big stat right now, besides the 5-point difference, is the foul situation, and both teams are struggling a little bit in that category with just about 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the fouls are starting to mount up, and now, I mean, here's the biggest thing now. As you can see, there's been missed free throws now in the last minute and a half for both teams. Close games like this, you got to capitalize at the free throw line. I mean, Prolific Prep give away 4 points. Okay.
72-67. Huntington Prep with the lead. They'll have the basketball. They will have to bring it the length of the floor. We're glad you're with us from Reed Condor Gymnasium in Graftonville, Kentucky. Inbound comes to McGriff. McGriff switches directions, gets a screen from Newuba. Almost a walk by Brakefield. Lost the handle for a moment, was able to get it back. Here's McGriff again. They look for Newuba. Not there. Here goes McGriff. Price. Out to McNeely. Brakefield down to 2:15. 72-67. McGriff into Newuba, and we'll get a blocking foul. And they got Brown Izey with the foul. I think Torrey thought the foul was on him.
Well, if they'd have called it on him.
At the line, it's Newuba. It won't go, and a loose ball, still loose on the sideline, and it will be Prolific Prep basketball. .205 remains. Quickly into front court come the Crew. First miss by Williams, second one by Izey, and a foul on Jonathan McGriff, and that'll be a two-shot opportunity now for Torrey. Free throw is no good.
Is there a lid on the goal?
They've had 5 in a row they've missed. The difference in the game is 5 points. Second free throw rattles, also no good. But a big rebound inside and another chance to go to the line. The foul is on Brakefield, and that is it. Nope, check that.
A couple seconds there. That was more than 1 second.
Four on Brakefield. First free throw is no good for Jordan Brown.
Box!
Man, oh man.
John, get in there after he shoots it.
He'll try for one more. This one is good. They break that streak.
Relax! That's a foul.
And now a foul on Torrey.
Knock him down.
It's 5 on him.
And so that will disqualify him with 8 points. So Sekou Torrey will foul out with 8 points. 6'4" senior headed to UC Santa Barbara. Amadou Sow will check in and replace him. 1:53 to go. 72-68 with Jonathan McGriff at the line. The officials conferring over something.
I don't know what the discussion is about.
I don't either. Here we go. McGriff at the line. Front end of 1-and-1 is no good. So both teams struggling from the free throw line down the stretch. It's a 3-point game. 4-point game, rather, 72-68. Bounce pass inside. Here's Jordan Brown trying to back down the Newuba. Good matchup here. And a shot that ends up behind the backboard. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit more than that.
The old Larry Bird there. Oh my gosh, look at this breakdown right here.
McNeely
Still don't see it.
is wide open, and a carry of the basketball by Price.
Wow, that should have been a dunk on the other end.
Yeah. I mean, McNeely was snowbirding down at the other end. Here's
Oh
Williams.
my gosh.
Brown Izey, and he is fouled. McGriff picks up the foul. That is his third.
Great block, John.
So Brown Izey.
And that's been probably the 5th breakdown that Huntington Prep has had. Like either ball out of bounds, guys wide open down low where they're not matched up.
After all this, he can get it to 2 if he hits on these. First one's no good.
Rebound. Get low.
1:25 to play. Izey. We'll try again. This one also won't fall. A foul now on Amadou Sal. That will be his first. Will come the length of the floor and shoot free throws here. Both teams in the double bonus. Kenny Nwuba heads to the line. Free throw is good. Not a lot of spin on that one, but it went through.
And don't confuse effort with results.
That one with a little bit more, but it won't fall this time. 5-point game, 1:18 to go. Jared Martin in backcourt. Up ahead now for Williams, and a timeout for Prolific Prep as he was trapped with 1:10 to play at 73-68. Huntington Prep with the lead. Prolific Prep will have the basketball. We have timeout on the floor. CFSB presents the Marshall County Hoopfest on Tanager Sports and the Grind Session. We'll return in just a moment. With 1:10 to play, it's 73-68. Huntington Prep with the lead. Prolific Prep with the basketball out of this timeout. I mean, the free throw shooting could have put this game away if you're Huntington Prep, or we could be tied, or really Prolific Prep could be ahead now.
Yeah, it's been, the rim has not been nice, but you know, and that's a big part in the game. You got to.
Brown had it, lost it, and this is McNeely under the basket, and he puts it in. 75-68, 50 seconds to play. Jordan Brown lost it.
2 turnovers in a row.
McGriff looks up ahead. The basket won't go for Marvin Price, but he will head to the line. Jared Martin picks up his 4th.
It's 2 costly turnovers there, back to back.
The free throw will not fall for Marvin Price.
I bet you both teams will be practicing free throws come tomorrow.
I'm telling you. They need to.
And that happens sometimes. I mean, you've seen enough games. I've been around enough games. It just happens.
Yeah, every once in a while it's just gonna go down that way. Here's Sal for 3, and boy, that's a big shot right there. Gets it back to a 4-point game. Clock running with 27.1 to play, and a timeout here for Prolific Prep. This is their final timeout. 27.1 to play, 75-71. Huntington Prep with the lead. Apparently the scoreboard is...
That was a smart timeout, too, because Huntington Prep, that was pretty good awareness. He was taking his time, had the ball, walked out of bounds, and that ran an extra 3 seconds off the clock before the actual count started. It's a pretty heads-up smart play.
I was going to say that the scoreboard was incorrect, but instead the official, and just like all of us, the home team on the scoreboard has been the team in color,
Yeah.
Huntington Prep, while...
I was going to say something earlier.
Yeah, the team in white has been the guest, so...
Well, at least it's not as bad as having 2 white jerseys. A couple guys.
That's true. That is true.
Like you said, these teams play against each other, too, so, I mean, they kind of know who's who.
Nevertheless, it's 75-71. Huntington Prep has 2 timeouts remaining. Prolific Prep with none, and the horn sounds, and we'll do this again.
On the ball sign. Win. You can run, Jay.
I guess an inadvertent horn there.
I wonder if it was the time on the timeout. May have been. I think that they got back to action a little soon, and now here's a foul in backcourt. The foul is on Williams. That's his 4th. And this will put Jonathan McGriff at the line, 5'11" junior. And the free throw is good. So McGriff gets the first one. He's got 3. Naruba is back in. Slazinski is out. 24.6 seconds to go. McGriff's second free throw is also good.
I guess the lid's finally off the goal there.
He hit him when it counted there for sure. Sal to Martin. The 3 won't fall.
The ball kind of came out of his hand crooked. Didn't you see the spin on that?
And then it just gutted off of the side of the rim there and goes out of bounds.
A little offense-defense here.
15.4.
Subbing in the better free throw shooters.
And a timeout here for Huntington Prep as they have a little trouble with the inbound. So we'll step aside with 15.4 seconds to play. It's a 6-point lead for Huntington Prep. This is the CFSB Marshall County Hoop Fest presented by Tanager Sports on the Grind Session. .4 seconds remain in Draftonville.
Oh, I would definitely send somebody along. Look at everybody's face guarding right here.
Huntington Prep has Jamin Brakefield on the inbound. It comes in to Marvin Price, and he's fouled. Amadou Sal picks up the foul. That is his second. The officials trying to get in between Sal and Price. They both just walked off. Price at the line. First one rims around and falls through. And as you said, these guys are in this circuit. They know each other. It's
No, but you get histories playing against each other, and sometimes you get a little chippy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure both teams are a little bit frustrated just because, it hadn't been the prettiest game. I mean, both teams have played hard.
Sal for a big 3. With 4 seconds to play, the clock's going to run out. And that will do it. So Huntington Prep wins this game by a final of 78-71. to 74 over Prolific Prep. It was a fun game. It wasn't the pristine game that you figure you might see, but again, it is the
Oh, it was a game that had a little bit of everything. You had some high-flying acrobats in it, and then you had the little grounded out. Then you had, I mean, it was a fun, fast-paced game. The end got a little bit sloppy with the free throws, but both teams played hard. I mean, fun game to watch.
And there's going to be a lot more of these matchups between these two schools as the year continues on throughout the grind session circuit. Jamin Brakefield is the South's Great Lake MVP. And Brakefield finished with 25 points in this one. They get ready for pictures to take place. And we will have MJ in just a few moments standing by with Arkel Bruce, the head coach for Huntington Prep. But a fun game here, and we look forward to the next one, which will have the Marshalls taking on Lexington Catholic. That will come up in about 15 minutes as MJ is standing by now with Coach Bruce. Or maybe she'll catch up with him here in just a second, Dan. I think he was excited about the victory there. She's trying to get to him. And again, the final score in this one, Huntington Prep winning 78-74. And Lexington Catholic and Marshall County coming up here in just a few minutes. Big crowd on hand at Reed Condor Gymnasium for this session of the CFSB Marshall County Hoopfest on the grind session in Tanager Sports. Looks like Coach Bruce headed on back to the locker room, and MJ may have some trouble getting him. So we'll step aside. If he does make a return appearance, we'll do that for you in just a little while. Next up, Marshall County Lexington Catholic. We'll have that for you next. Stick around for more of CFSB's Marshall County Hoopfest on the grind session and 10 Sports.